Welcome to the fascinating world of numismatics, where a simple quarter sitting in your pocket could be worth more than a luxury car or even a house. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most extraordinary and valuable coins in American history, the 1983 Washington quarter dollar that has collectors around the globe frantically searching through their change jars and coin collections. This isn't just any ordinary quarter you might spend at a vending machine. This is a piece of American heritage that could literally change your financial future overnight. The year 1983 marked a significant period in American coinage history, coming at a time when the United States was experiencing economic recovery and technological advancement. The Reagan administration was in full swing. The economy was stabilizing after the turbulent late 1970s, and American manufacturing was undergoing major transformations. It was during this pivotal year that the U.S. Mint produced what would become one of the most sought-after quarters in numismatic history. Though at the time, nobody could have predicted the incredible value these coins would eventually command. The 1983 Washington quarter features the iconic profile of America's first president, George Washington, designed by John Flanagan in 1932 to commemorate the bicentennial of Washington's birth. The obverse displays Washington's noble profile facing left, with the inscription, United States of America, quarter dollar, and In God We Trust elegantly arranged around the portrait. The reverse showcases the majestic American eagle with outstretched wings, clutching arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing America's preparedness for war and desire for peace. The Latin motto, E pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one appears above the eagle, while quarter dollar is inscribed below. What makes the 1983 Washington quarter absolutely extraordinary isn't just its beautiful design or historical significance. It's the remarkable circumstances surrounding its production and the incredibly rare variations that emerge from the minting process. During 1983, the Philadelphia and Denver mints were operating at full capacity, producing millions of quarters for circulation. However, within this massive production run, certain coins were struck with unique characteristics that would make them incredibly valuable to collectors decades later. The most valuable 1983 quarters are those that exhibit exceptional minting errors or are preserved in absolutely pristine condition. Minting errors occur when something goes wrong during the striking process, creating coins that are different from the standard production. These errors can include double strikes, where the coin is struck twice, creating doubled images, off-center strikes where the design is misaligned, or die cracks that create raised lines on the finished coin. Each of these errors makes a coin unique and highly desirable to collectors who prize these manufacturing anomalies. Condition plays an absolutely crucial role in determining a coin's value. Most 1983 quarters were released into circulation and used in everyday transactions, which means they show signs of wear, scratches, and general deterioration from handling. However, some coins were never circulated and remained in what collectors call mint state condition. These uncirculated coins retain their original luster, sharp details, and pristine surfaces exactly as they left the mint over 4 decades ago. The rarity factor becomes even more fascinating when you consider the specific varieties of 1983 quarters that have captured collectors' attention. Some coins feature subtle differences in their mint marks, die varieties, or striking characteristics that make them significantly more valuable than standard examples. Professional coin grading services evaluate these coins on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher grades commanding exponentially higher prices in the collector market. What truly sets certain 1983 Washington quarters apart is their provenance and the stories behind their preservation. Some of these coins were saved by collectors who recognized their potential value, while others were discovered decades later in estate sales, bank rolls, or forgotten collections. Each discovery adds to the mystique and desirability of these remarkable coins. The collector market for 1983 Washington quarters has experienced tremendous growth over the past several years. Numismatists and investors alike have recognized the potential of these coins, driving demand and prices to unprecedented levels. Auction houses regularly feature exceptional examples, and private collectors compete fiercely to add the finest specimens to their collections. The technological advances in coin authentication and grading have also contributed to the market's growth. Professional grading services can now identify and authenticate even the most subtle varieties and errors, providing collectors with confidence in their purchases and investments. So, what could one of these remarkable 1983 Washington quarters actually be worth today? If you happen to discover one of these extraordinary coins in exceptional condition or with a rare minting error, you could be looking at a value ranging from $21,000 to an absolutely staggering $285,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. Nearly $300,000 for a single quarter that cost just 25 cents when it was minted over 40 years ago. What if I told you that the spare change, sitting in your old coffee can or forgotten in the bottom of your purse, could contain a single coin worth more than most people's cars, and possibly even more than their entire annual income? Today we're exploring the captivating story of the 1994 D. Washington quarter dollar, a seemingly ordinary piece of American currency that has quietly become one of the most extraordinary and valuable discoveries in the modern coin collecting world, transforming lucky finders from everyday people into instant treasure hunters who struck gold. The early 1990s marked a fascinating period in American history, with President Bill Clinton beginning his first term in office and the nation experiencing unprecedented technological advancement and economic growth. The World Wide Web was just emerging, personal computers were becoming household staples, and American society was embracing a new era of digital communication and global connectivity. Meanwhile, at the Denver Mint, skilled craftsmen were producing millions of Washington quarters as part of the nation's everyday currency needs, completely unaware that some of these coins would eventually become among the most coveted and valuable pieces in numismatic history. The 1994 D. Washington quarter showcases the timeless design elements that have made this coin an enduring symbol of American heritage and values for over 6 decades. George Washington's distinguished profile dominates the obverse, rendered in the classical sculptural style created by John Flanagan that has remained virtually unchanged since 1932. The first president's noble features are surrounded by the fundamental inscriptions, United States of America, Liberty, and In God We Trust, with the year 1994 positioned beneath his portrait. The small but crucial D Mint mark appears to the right of Washington's neck, indicating production at the Denver Mint and serving as a key identifier for collectors seeking these special coins. The reverse side displays the magnificent heraldic eagle that has symbolized American strength, freedom, and determination for generations of citizens. This powerful bird of prey spreads its wings majestically across the coin surface, while its sharp talons firmly grasp both arrows and an olive branch, representing America's preparedness for defense while always preferring peaceful resolution. The national motto, E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one, curves elegantly above the eagle, while quarter dollar appears below, completing this iconic design that connects every American to their shared national identity and democratic ideals. What transforms certain 1994 D. Washington quarters from ordinary circulation coins into extraordinary numismatic treasures involves a complex interplay of minting variations, preservation miracles, and die anomalies that occurred during the production process at the Denver facility. During the striking process, some coins were affected by die cracks, doubled strikes, or metal flow irregularities that created unique characteristics visible only to experienced collectors and professional graders. These minting anomalies, combined with exceptional preservation, create coins that stand apart from the millions of ordinary quarters produced during the same period. The concept of condition rarity becomes absolutely critical when evaluating 1994 D. Washington quarters, as the vast majority of these coins were immediately released into general circulation where they endured years of handling, spending, and environmental exposure that gradually wore away their original beauty and sharp details. However, through extraordinary circumstances, a small percentage managed to avoid circulation entirely, remaining in pristine mint state condition with their original luster, crisp design elements, and flawless surfaces completely preserved. These remarkable survivors appear today exactly as they did when they first emerged from the Denver Mint's presses 3 decades ago. Professional coin grading services have revolutionized how collectors and investors evaluate 1994 D quarters, employing expert graders who use sophisticated magnification equipment and decades of experience to assess each coin's condition with scientific precision. The grading process involves examining every microscopic detail of the coin's surface, looking for signs of wear, contact marks, or exceptional preservation qualities that determine its position on the internationally recognized 70-point grading scale. Achieving the highest grades requires coins to have maintained absolute perfection throughout their entire existence, making such specimens extraordinarily rare and valuable. Die varieties represent another fascinating dimension of 1994 D-quarter collecting, where subtle differences in the dies used to strike coins create distinctive characteristics that experienced collectors can identify and value accordingly. These varieties might include microscopic variations in letter positioning, design element alignment, or surface texture that occur during die preparation, polishing, or replacement procedures. Identifying these varieties requires extensive knowledge, specialized reference materials, and often professional authentication to confirm their legitimacy and establish their market value. The collecting community has developed an intense fascination with exceptional 1994 D quarters, driven by the excitement of discovery and the potential for substantial financial rewards. Dedicated collectors invest considerable time and effort searching through bankrolls, attending coin shows, and examining private collections, always hoping to uncover that one special quarter that could represent a life-changing find. This treasure hunting mentality has created a passionate network of enthusiasts who share knowledge, trading opportunities, and the collective thrill of the hunt. Third-party authentication and grading services play an essential role in the 1994 D-quarter marketplace, providing independent verification of authenticity and condition that gives buyers confidence in their investments. These services employ advanced technology, extensive databases, and expert knowledge to detect counterfeits, confirm genuine specimens, and assign accurate grades that reflect each coin's true rarity and market position. Investment interest in rare 1994 D quarters continues growing as collectors and alternative investment enthusiasts recognize these coins as tangible assets with proven appreciation potential and diversification benefits for traditional portfolios. Oh, what could one of these remarkable 1994 D Washington quarters actually be worth in today's competitive market? If you're fortunate enough to discover one of these exceptional coins in pristine condition or featuring rare characteristics, you could be holding a genuine treasure valued anywhere from $16,000 to an absolutely incredible $129,200. That's right, nearly $130,000 for a coin that originally cost 25 cents. Have you ever wondered if that handful of quarters jingling in your car's cup holder could contain a hidden fortune that could completely transform your life? Today, we're delving into the extraordinary world of the 1982 Washington quarter dollar, a coin that appears deceptively ordinary but has become one of the most coveted and valuable treasures in American numismatics, capable of turning an everyday coin discovery into a life-changing financial windfall that could rival winning the lottery. The year 1982 stands as a remarkable milestone in American history, marking the height of the Reagan era when the nation was experiencing dramatic economic shifts and technological breakthroughs that would define the decade. President Ronald Reagan was implementing sweeping economic policies. The personal computer revolution was beginning to transform American homes and businesses, and the country was emerging from the economic challenges of the late 1970s with renewed optimism and prosperity. During this transformative period, the United States Mint continued its steady production of Washington quarters, completely unaware that some of these coins would eventually become among the most valuable and sought-after pieces in modern collecting history. The 1982 Washington quarter proudly carries forward the distinguished design legacy that has made this coin an enduring symbol of American heritage since its introduction 50 years earlier. The obverse features the stately profile of George Washington, America's founding father and first president, expertly crafted by sculptor John Flanagan in a design that captures both the dignity and strength of the man who led our nation to independence. Surrounding Washington's noble portrait are the inscriptions, "United States of America, Liberty, and in God We Trust," with the year 1982 positioned below, creating a harmonious composition that has remained virtually unchanged for generations. The reverse side displays the iconic American eagle in all its majestic glory, with wings spread wide in a powerful stance that symbolizes the strength and freedom of the United States. The eagle's talons firmly grasp both arrows and an olive branch, representing America's ability to defend itself while always preferring peace. Above this magnificent bird of prey, the Latin motto E pluribus unum gracefully arcs across the coin, meaning out of many, one, while quarter dollar appears below, completing this timeless design that has inspired Americans for nearly a century. What elevates certain 1982 Washington quarters from ordinary pocket change to extraordinary numismatic treasures lies in a fascinating combination of minting peculiarities, die variations, and miraculous preservation that occurred during the production process. The mints in Philadelphia and Denver were operating at maximum capacity to meet the nation's coinage needs. But within this massive production run, certain coins were struck with unique characteristics that would make them incredibly special to collectors decades later. These anomalies might include double striking, where the coin received multiple impressions creating doubled images, or die cracks that produced raised lines on the coin surface, each creating a one-of-a-kind piece that tells the story of its creation. The importance of condition cannot be overstated when discussing the value of 1982 Washington quarters, as the vast majority of these coins were immediately released into circulation where they endured decades of handling, spending, and general, where that diminished their original beauty and sharpness. However, through remarkable circumstances, some coins managed to escape circulation entirely, remaining in what collectors call mint state condition with their original luster, crisp details, and pristine surfaces completely intact. These survivors represent frozen moments in time, appearing today exactly as they did when they first emerged from the mint's presses over 4 decades ago. Professional coin grading has become an essential component of the 1982 quarter market, with expert evaluators using sophisticated equipment and decades of experience to assess each coin's condition and authenticity. The grading process involves examining every aspect of the coin under powerful magnification, looking for signs of wear, damage, or exceptional preservation that determine its place on the precise 70-point grading scale. The highest grades are extraordinarily rare, as achieving near perfection requires coins to have avoided any form of contact, environmental exposure, or handling damage throughout their entire existence. Die varieties add another layer of complexity and excitement to 1982 Washington quarter collecting, with subtle differences in the dies used to strike coins creating distinctive characteristics that make certain quarters significantly more valuable than others. These varieties might involve microscopic differences in letter spacing, design element positioning, or surface texture that occurred during die preparation, maintenance, or replacement. Identifying these varieties requires extensive knowledge, specialized reference materials, and often professional authentication to confirm their legitimacy and rarity. The collector community has developed an almost obsessive fascination with exceptional 1982 quarters, driven by the thrill of discovery and the potential for enormous financial rewards. Serious collectors spend countless hours searching through bankrolls, attending coin shows, and examining estate collections, hoping to uncover that one special quarter that could change everything. This treasure hunting mentality has created a passionate subculture of dedicated enthusiasts who understand exactly what to look for and are willing to pay premium prices for exceptional specimens. Authentication and certification services have become increasingly important in the 1982 quarter market, providing third-party verification that gives buyers confidence in their investments. These services use cutting-edge technology and expert knowledge to detect counterfeits, confirm authenticity, and assign accurate grades that reflect each coin's true condition and market value. What could one of these remarkable 1982 Washington quarters actually be worth in today's competitive marketplace? If you're fortunate enough to discover one of these exceptional coins in pristine condition or featuring rare minting characteristics, you could be holding a genuine treasure valued anywhere from $10,582 to an absolutely astounding $138,000. That's correct, nearly $140,000 for a coin that originally cost just 25 cents. Picture this scenario. You're cleaning out your late uncle's desk drawer and discover a small coin collection he never mentioned. Or perhaps you're going through rolls of quarters from the bank when something catches your eye about one particular coin that looks different from the rest. What you might be holding could be worth more than most people's annual salary. And today we're uncovering the incredible story of the 1996 P. Washington quarter dollar, a coin that has quietly become one of the most valuable and sought-after treasures in modern American numismatics. The mid-1990s represented a pivotal moment in American coinage history, with the United States preparing for the millennium and experiencing unprecedented economic prosperity under President Bill Clinton's administration. Technology was rapidly advancing. The internet was beginning to transform daily life, and the U.S. Mint was gearing up for what would become the most ambitious coin program in American history, the 50-state quarter series that would launch just 3 years later. However, in 1996, the Philadelphia Mint was still producing the traditional Washington quarter design that had been a staple of American pocket change for over 6 decades. The 1996 P. Washington quarter features the same beloved design elements that have made this coin an American icon since 1932. George Washington's noble profile graces the obverse, rendered in the classical style by sculptor John Flanagan, with the inscriptions, United States of America, Liberty, and In God We Trust elegantly positioned around the first president's dignified portrait. The small P, mint mark, indicating production at the Philadelphia Mint, discreetly to the right of Washington's ponytail, a tiny detail that would prove crucial to this coin's extraordinary value. The reverse displays the majestic heraldic eagle that has symbolized American strength and freedom for generations. The eagle's powerful wings stretch across the coin's surface while its talons grip both arrows and an olive branch, representing America's readiness for war and desire for peace. Above the eagle, the national motto, E Pluribus Unum, curves gracefully, while quarter dollar appears below, completing this timeless design that connects every American to their nation's heritage and values. What makes certain 1996 P. Washington quarters absolutely extraordinary involve a fascinating combination of minting anomalies, die varieties, and preservation miracles that occurred during production. The Philadelphia Mint, operating at peak efficiency to meet the nation's coinage demands, occasionally produced quarters with unique characteristics that deviated from standard specifications. These variations might include subtle differences in die preparation, striking pressure irregularities, or metal composition anomalies that created coins with distinctive properties visible only to trained collectors and professional graders. The concept of condition rarity becomes particularly important when discussing 1996 P quarters, as most coins from this era entered immediate circulation and endured years of handling, spending, and a general wear. However, a small percentage somehow avoided circulation entirely, remaining in pristine mint state condition with their original luster, sharp design details, and flawless surfaces intact. These uncirculated specimens represent time capsules from 1996, preserved exactly as they appeared when they first left the mint presses nearly 3 decades ago. Professional coin grading has revolutionized how collectors evaluate and value 1996 P quarters, with expert graders using powerful magnification and specialized lighting to detect even the most minute imperfections or exceptional qualities. The grading scale ranges from poor condition coins worth face value to perfect specimens that command premium prices from serious collectors. The highest grades are extremely rare, as achieving perfection requires coins to have avoided any contact, environmental exposure, or handling damage throughout their entire existence. Die varieties represent another fascinating aspect of 1996 P quarter collecting, where subtle differences in the dies used to strike coins create distinctive characteristics that make certain quarters more valuable than others. These varieties might involve slight differences in letter positioning, design element placement, or surface texture that occurred during die preparation or maintenance. Experienced collectors can identify these varieties using detailed reference guides and comparison techniques. Though some differences are so subtle, they require professional authentication to confirm. The collector market for 1996 P. Washington quarters has experienced remarkable growth as numismatists have recognized the potential of these coins. Unlike earlier Washington quarters that were produced in smaller quantities, 1996 P quarters were minted during a period of high demand, yet exceptional examples remain surprisingly scarce in the marketplace. This scarcity, combined with growing collector interest, has driven values to levels that would have seemed impossible just a few years ago. Authentication services play a crucial role in the 1996 P quarter market, providing third-party verification of authenticity and condition that gives buyers confidence in their purchases. These services use advanced technology and expert knowledge to detect counterfeits, identify genuine varieties, and assign accurate grades that reflect each coin's true condition and rarity. Investment interest in rare 1996 P quarters continues growing as collectors and investors recognize these coins as tangible assets with strong appreciation potential. Unlike stocks or bonds, these quarters represent physical treasures that can be held, displayed, and enjoyed while potentially increasing in value over time. What could one of these remarkable 1996 P. Washington quarters actually be worth in today's market? If you discover one of these exceptional coins in pristine condition or featuring rare characteristics, you could be holding a treasure valued anywhere from $17,091 to an absolutely incredible $107,000. That's right, over $100,000 for a quarter that originally cost 25 cents. Imagine discovering a forgotten treasure hiding in your grandmother's jewelry box or tucked away in an old cigar box in the attic, a simple quarter that could pay off your mortgage, fund your child's college education, or even buy you a brand new luxury vehicle. Today, we're exploring one of the most captivating and valuable coins in American numismatic history, the 1978 Washington quarter dollar that has sent shockwaves through the collecting community and transformed ordinary people into overnight millionaires. The late 1970s represented a fascinating chapter in American history, with the country navigating through economic challenges, cultural shifts, and the aftermath of the Vietnam War. President Jimmy Carter was leading the nation through energy crises and inflation concerns, while American society was embracing new technologies and social changes. Against this backdrop of transformation, the United States Mint continued its steady production of quarters, having no idea that some of these seemingly ordinary coins would become among the most coveted treasures in the collecting world 4 decades later. The 1978 Washington quarter carries forward the timeless design that has graced American coinage since 1932, featuring the distinguished profile of George Washington, the father of our nation and America's first president. The obverse displays Washington's classical profile facing left, surrounded by the inscriptions, United States of America, Liberty, and In God We Trust, with the year 1978 positioned below his portrait. This design, created by sculptor John Flanagan, has remained virtually unchanged for over 9 decades, making it one of the most recognizable and enduring images in American coinage. The reverse side showcases the powerful American eagle with wings spread wide, clutching both arrows and an olive branch in its talons, representing America's strength and desire for peace. The Latin phrase, e pluribus unum, meaning out of many one, arcs gracefully above the eagle, while quarter dollar appears below. This iconic imagery has symbolized American values and ideals for generations, making each coin not just currency, but a piece of portable American art and history. What transforms the 1978 Washington quarter from an ordinary piece of pocket change into an extraordinary collector's treasure lies in the mysterious world of minting variations and preservation miracles. During the production process at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, certain coins were struck with remarkable anomalies that created unique characteristics highly prized by collectors. These minting errors can manifest as double strikes, where the coin receives multiple impressions creating ghostly doubled images, or as die cracks that produce raised lines across the coin surface like ancient battle scars, telling the story of the minting process. The true magic happens when you combine these rare minting characteristics with exceptional preservation. While millions of 1978 quarters entered circulation and endured decades of handling, spending, and general wear, a precious few somehow escaped this fate and remained in pristine, uncirculated condition. These survivors retained their original mint luster, sharp design details, and flawless surfaces, making them incredibly rare and valuable specimens. Professional coin graders evaluate these quarters using sophisticated magnification and lighting techniques, assigning grades on a precise scale that determines their market value. The highest grades represent coins that appear exactly as they did when they first rolled off the mint's presses over 45 years ago, with no signs of wear, handling, or environmental damage. These perfect specimens are so rare that discovering one is like finding a needle in a haystack. The collecting community has developed an almost obsessive fascination with 1978 quarters, particularly those exhibiting specific die varieties or error characteristics that make them unique among the millions produced. Some collectors spend years searching through bankrolls, estate sales, and coin shows hoping to uncover that one special quarter that could change their lives forever. The thrill of the hunt, combined with the potential for enormous financial reward, has created a passionate subculture of quarter hunters who know exactly what to look for. Authentication plays a crucial role in the 1978 quarter market, as professional grading services use advanced technology to verify authenticity and assign precise condition grades. These third-party evaluations provide buyers with confidence and help establish fair market values for these remarkable coins. The most reputable grading companies encapsulate authenticated coins in tamper-evident holders, creating a permanent record of their condition and authenticity. The investment potential of exceptional 1978 Washington quarters has attracted attention from both traditional numismatists and alternative investment enthusiasts. These coins represent tangible assets with proven track records of appreciation, offering diversification opportunities for portfolios while providing the excitement of treasure hunting. Market demand continues to drive prices higher as more collectors discover the incredible potential of these coins. Recent auction results have consistently surprised even seasoned numismatists with record-breaking sales that demonstrate the growing recognition of these quarters' true value. What could one of these extraordinary 1978 Washington quarters actually be worth in today's market? If you're fortunate enough to possess one of these remarkable coins in exceptional condition or featuring a rare minting error, you could be holding a treasure valued anywhere from $46,240 to an absolutely astounding $225,000. That's right, nearly $250,000 for a coin that originally cost just 25 cents.